Shibari wa o susume desu ka? Can you recommend Shibari?
Of course.
What?
What kind of question is that?
I
Can I
never
recommend
really,
it? What was the question?
yeah.
Can you
Can you recommend
recommend?
Shibari? I never fucked with Shibari before. I don't know. All I know about it is like Japan and ropes. And like,
That's a good
can,
start.
can
Yeah.
you can you explain this shit to me? I seen some
Yeah.
photos where, on Instagram and stuff where like actually that looks really good for like Instagram purposes and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, can you recommend it?
Yeah, 100%. Like I think yeah, there's like there's a few sides to Shibari. So yeah, there's the Instagram photography, creative sense. Like this could just be like somewhat of a hobby art form type thing. It can be actually completely like non-sexual in a way. Like you could have
Mhm.
like people that just do this platonically as a performance art, right? Like 100%. That's interesting for one, but like I prefer more the sexual side of things where it's a way to create like that sub-dom dynamic. It's a way to explore bondage where there is way more creativity and flow. Like I think it's you could grab like a pair of handcuffs and there's certain ways that you could add some sexual context to this. Like, you could slowly put them on or like, grab the girl and force them on, things like that. But there's not much room for creativity and it's not very versatile. Whereas with just a few ropes, you can tie the girl up in like a billion different ways, right? And the way you tie her, you can keep it slow, sensual, romantic. You can keep it very harsh and rough. And then also like the girl, I think they feel a lot more of like sexual fantasy and pleasure when it comes to rope than just like a pair of handcuffs, for example. At least that's what I've
Mhm.
experienced, and that's what girls speak of. And then again, like even you can mix the Instagram stuff with the sexual stuff. So a lot of girls that I tie up, like after sex, like, can I take a photo of this tie? Or like, can you do this again? Or like, blah, blah. They really enjoy looking like pretty in rope as well. So for me, you're able to create a lot more emotion. There's a lot more flow. It feels like you can create like more restrictive bondage. There's different levels you can take this. And that's all the versatility you have with just like a few pieces of rope. So I really enjoy it for like all those aspects. I recommend it. I don't think it's even that difficult to get into. Sometimes you see goals like tied up, suspended from the ceiling, and you're like, damn, this seems like a bit much, and there's a lot to this. You can start with just some simple like double column ties, just tying the girls' hands together. You don't have to, begin at that extreme level. So yeah, I recommend it to all my students on our boot camps. We teach everyone Shibari, give them more ropes. Students love it. The last program we had, one of the guys had slept with a girl the night before and he brought her to the next day where we did Shibari and he was able to tie her up and she was taking photos and loving it. So yeah, I 100% recommend this to everyone.
Mhm. Yeah, I would say
Damn.
that to have an understanding that all rope play is not shibari, but all shibari is rope play. Um, that simply just taking a piece of rope and tying it with like a hitch knot around one hand, that's not shibari, right? Like I think it's an art form that should be respected. I think just kind of getting into it and winging it, like that's um not really respecting something that's been around for a very fucking long time. So I think that if one does want to learn about it, that they can. It doesn't always include these highly technical rigs and highly technical webbings that cover the entire woman's body. They can, but not necessarily so. And it's fun. Like if you have like a technical mind, if you're into that sort of like if you have the patience, then Shibari can be totally rewarding. And like Marcus said, it doesn't have to be sexual, but you can basically make anything sexual. Uh, but know that if you want to play with rope, you can play with rope. And you should educate yourself about that. The basic knots, the basic ties, the different types of rope, because they all will respond in different ways. They feel differently. There's certain ropes that they actually constrict more because of the way they're constructed versus other types of rope that will not change their shape no matter how much you pull on them. Um, So there's some particularities involved, but if you just want to play with rope, just learn the basics. There's tons of information on YouTube. There's a lot of good books out there. And if you wanted to learn more the art form of Shibari and get more into the technical aspects, there's also books on that. There's coaches for that. And if you live in a city where there's like a an adult store, a lot of times people will have like there'll be like a bulletin board and they'll post up workshops for these things, and there's like couples workshops, so it'll be cool, like that'd be like a cool date actually, where if you got a girl that you're already having sex with a few times to say, hey, there's this Sabari workshop coming up next week, let's go. And so that's always fun, and the people who run these things, they're incredibly knowledgeable, like it's like their only thing that they're obsessed with, and they teach it very well.
Hmm, interesting. Similarly, just off the top of my head, um, have you guys experimented similarly with, pole dancing or another kind of odd art form? Just 2 weeks ago, for example, I took my wife to a pole dance club. And the owner, I negotiated, can my wife have pole dance class for free if I help you make a video for Instagram or something? And so we got it for free. Any other kind of art forms or similar kind of things like pole dancing? You guys have kind of
Yeah, me
uh,
and Justin go Sundays to pole dancing class together. It's a lot of fun. Would recommend.
It did sound
Um,
like that when he
it's
first
it's
posed
hard
it.
to phrase it the right way.
yeah, I didn't
Nuts
understand. I'll
on
let you
that.
take this one, Justin.
So I think what you're asking is like, are there any other like not exactly sexual based things that have been brought into play, or is that what you're kind of asking?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
Well, like I just said, like pretty much anything can be sexualized. So I've had girls learn tea ceremonies, which can be altered by nudity or butt plugs or, shocking toys, like remote shocking toys, that sort of thing. Like, let's see how well you can perform this while I'm shocking your little pussy. Um,
That's
that
the Japanese tea ceremony, right? The
Right. Yeah.
Japanese
Well,
tea
that's one of
ceremony.
them. Yeah. Japanese
I
has
heard of
one.
it.
Like other Asian cultures have like tea ceremonies, but and they take a while, right? And so I've uh, had girls learn that. Um, I'm trying to think if there's anything else but nothing. Now, nothing comes to mind. That's
Hmm.
like a non-sexual thing that we've done.
Yep. All right.